Hey kids, welcome back to InnRoads Plays Dungeons and Dragons. We're playing a little episode of The Broken Road. My name's Jeff Romo. I'll be coming back and handling the dungeon mastering, while we'll also be bringing back some folks from the cast. So this week, thought we'd try a little something new, kind of run around the table and just see how things have been going over this last month, because in real space, it's been over 30 days since the last time we recorded. But so let's do this. Let's go around the table, see how things are going, wind up with me, and then we'll get the game started. So how about we'll start with Mr. Navarro. So how have things been going this last month? Any new games or any big events in your life?
Well, I've got a whole bunch of new games. Of course, I had a big event in terms of a birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's not one of the significant, big number ones, but still a birthday. As always, playing a ton of games, but this month I've really been following Silas's guide. I have been wandering
in the woods, young man.
I have been wandering in the woods quite a bit for the last month, and it's just not a very board game friendly place, the woods. At least I haven't figured out how to.
You can get your little mini Scrabbles, and you can play with the squirrels.
Yeah, it's like a loot letter out there in the woods. But
it's a life-size version of Tic Tac Lumberjack.
And had some pretty glorious days, including one night in which a herd of extremely angry pigs decided to tear around my campsite. So yeah, that was fun.
I don't even want to know.
I'm just imagining like a bunch of pigs like running around like Animal Farm style, like 4 legs good, 2 legs bad, just kind of chanting and everything.
Dude, when a whole bunch of pigs are like, squealing is not even the right word for a wild pig. These things are like howling or something, and they are pounding around you, and it sounds like a horse on a basketball court. That's how it sounds when their feet are hitting the ground. And you're like, oh dear, can't a bear just come by? I know how to handle a bear.
All I want to know, laddie, was it the full moon? It could have been the were-pigs.
The were-pigs.
Awesome. That'd be a good way to go.
Good way to go.
If I'm gonna have to be an undead of some kind, were-pig is all right by me.
Wait. The chances are you would get bit and slowly start turning into a were-pig.
Well, I know, that's what I'm saying, is if I was going to be an undead, if I had to choose one,
most people
would choose vampire, because then they get to be all sparkly.
Yeah.
No, I think I'd go for the were-pig.
I deny all sparkly vampires.
Either a werebear or a were-pig. In both instances, you get to eat anything. So, yeah. That's true. That's true. Yeah, now I can't get that guy from, a different movie. But a group of pigs can digest
That's what I'm thinking of,
20 pounds in roughly 1 hour.
What is it?
That's the phrase.
That's that Brad Pitt
movie. Huh?
That would be from the movie Match.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bricktop.
Oh.
Okay.
That's not G-rated content.
No, that's not family friendly.
Luke had a birthday. He got attacked by a group of were-pigs. Survived it to tell the tale.
How will the rest of us follow that up?
I don't know. We're gonna have to try. Bosch, I'm gonna hit you up next. So what's been going on in January, my friend?
Well, I got attacked by a group of were-guinea pigs. It was.
Yeah.
It was like hamsters on a carpet when they ran by. It was scary.
You're mocking me.
I got nothing. No, I just don't have the manliness to say, you guys. Yeah. I haven't stayed in a tent in a long time.
I don't know. I stayed in a tent with you relatively recently.
You know what? That was like a long time ago, man.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. We're old.
Almost 10 years ago.
That's what happens with old
age.
We tend to forget.
Yeah, well, we're old. What are you gonna do?
I'm doing good. We just going through. I don't know. It's been boring. I gotta admit, it's been boring. The highlight of our week is getting some rain. So That's how things go. I've been looking forward to this. I want to climb down into a dark hole and kill something.
And kill something.
That just might happen. You never know. All
Hopefully
right.
the dice, if the dice are with me, we'll see.
We'll see. And I'm not going to be rolling for you, okay? Because the straight twos tonight is just not going to work. All right then. Thank you, Mr. Basha. On to our friend Mr. Perna in the east, where you are experiencing some weather. I've heard of weather, but
I've heard of this thing they call weather. It's when
Yeah.
white flaky things fall from the sky.
don't scare me, Mr. Perna.
Many white flaky things fell from the sky. I've been dealing with. I think we're on our third snowpocalypse. I think.
Snowpocalypse.
So yeah, we've been dealing with a lot of snow. When I'm not dealing with that, I'm dealing with a lot of paperwork and administrative stuff because that's always my favorite thing to do.
Sweet.
Remember, kids, this playthrough is brought to you by InnRoads.
That's right. Visit your website, laddies.
Please.
InnRoads
I'd like to think this administrative work is going towards something. So yes, go visit the
Amen.
site.
Amen. All right. Any big games in your recent history?
I don't know if I'd go so far as to say big games. I've played a lot of little games. I've played a lot of party games, which I always have mixed feelings about because I really enjoy party games. I enjoy the heck out of them, especially when you have a lot of people playing them.
Sure.
But when it's all the gaming you're doing is silly party games, I'm kind of like, can we do something with a little more meat to it? But
Crawling in the back of your closet for dust off Axis and allies or something. Get into something deadly.
Well, it all comes down to you got to play with the group you have, not the group you want.
That's right.
So
That's where you get the joy.
They want to play party games. I got to play party games.
Wait, are you referring to us?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Just checking.
You're a bunch of lunatics who started out a playthrough with discussions of were hamsters. No, we're fine. We're fine.
All right. Well, for yours truly, Jeff Romo, I was able to, over my birthday, my wife actually surprised me and called up some old friends from high school I hadn't seen in ages. I mean, literally ages. And we got together. We went out to a farm and got to pet llamas, which was kind of funny because of the whole.
Are you the reason that llamas are running all around Arizona right now?
No, sir. But then we got to go horseback riding, all this stuff, and while that was immensely awesome, an additional awesomeness came out of that, and these guys are the ones that I originally gamed with when I was many moons ago, probably 15, 16, when I first role played. It was with Shadowrun First Edition, the D6 bucket game, and we actually just got together. We're getting together on Roll20 now weekly, and we're getting a Shadowrun game. We actually pulled out the old books. They're like $5 on Drive-Thru RPG. So yeah, we each dug in and bought a few.
Like we joke and say that you're the InnRoads in-house DM, but you're running this play-by-post. You're running this game with your friends.
When
aren't you running a game?
I'm a glutton for punishment, that's for sure. But I couldn't miss out on a chance to get together with them. I mean, they both know about my faith. One of them is actually really like just getting neck deep into it, which is awesome, and the other one is somebody I've been working on for a while. So yeah. Anyway, it's been really good. So I'll bring it from werepigs into something nice and dramatic and flowery, and that it's really cool to get together with old friends. So
I think that's what's cool is that this is real life for you. I mean, you're basically telling them, hey, look, you don't have to be a Christian or play D&D. You can do both, right?
Amen. That's right.
So
that's kind of it's nice because it's a nice little baby step towards actually doing this with strangers, and then and really diving off the deep end.
Now, Luke, you didn't grow up with Christian parents, right?
Nope.
Erna? Did you?
Kind of.
Yeah. See, my mom was like,
kinda, sort of way.
yeah. See, I'm third generation Baptist, and it was like sacrilege to even mention Dungeons and Dragons in our house.
Mhm.
I think we walked out as a Black Cauldron. We went to the movie theater and we walked out.
Oh,
So-
man.
That's
You know,
awesome,
and
and we're back to magical pigs. It's all coming full circle.
Oh my gosh, you're right. There was magical pigs in the Black Cauldron.
There was, yes. And I just read Mark this week, where Jesus took the pigs and
There were pigs involved there too.
there was pigs in there.
This is getting unsettling. I don't know.
I really
There's a
hope the
pig.
boss of the dungeon is a giant pig.
It's a giant pig. It is now.
And
It
then
wasn't before. It is now.
I just write that down here.
Okay.
And
I have a-
Where pig?
I have a new spell called Angry Bird. It takes care of
it
pigs.
takes care of pigs. Nice. Nice.
Oh man, if my dog hadn't trashed his old toy, I had like a little stuffed pig I could have brought in the camera, like right here. But he demolished it. All right, well, cool. Well, it's good to get the group back together after such a long time. Hopefully, we can make it a little bit more frequent here, get things really going. Last session, we rounded up with some interesting role playing. Nice little evening encounter with the three of you. Two of you had some, wolf spottings, that sort of thing. But then Silas, he went mad with the snow owl, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, I'm gonna shift us over to the Roll20 site. So on the screen there, kids, you're gonna start seeing our Roll20. So let me switch out my mug for a little bit as we dive into the campaign here. Yep. Kind of like thinking about a nice movie screen. We're opening up on into the northern areas of a land that is gripped by cold, and the ground is just it's seized up, becoming a permafrost as the snow continues to fall. The past week has seen more of a rain, so a lot of slush is going on, but right now the rain is falling on a city that's seems more mechanical and out of place than anything. But if you looked at it as distance, it would seem like another craggy rock sticking out of the ground. So as you approach, the city resolves into Melvant, the city of swords. And in this place, a mixture of human and dwarf and gnome and some halflings and a few elves have gathered together to create an industrious society, a place that shrugs off the heavy cold and the chill of the north, and the disgusting ogres and goblins and hobgoblins and orcs that are to the north of them even, to build out a life here. There's nobles, peasants, all manner of criminal activity, but there is some nobility in the city as well. And from the city, we have our group of adventurers who've been sent out to visit a tiny village called Black Horse to deliver supplies, but more importantly, gather information on the road. Because the north has been a lot less quiet than it has been in the past. And that, we're seeing orcs, goblins coming down across the borders of the Thar and descending onto the road and attacking people at will. Nothing more than a rumor, really, when you guys left the city. But as the heroes met up with a few other travelers on the road, they're finding out that those rumors are actually true. So, on this time, the heroes have faced off with goblins on 2 separate occasions, and in that effort have these weary travelers who are also heading towards Black Horse. And as that wind that came up from the south and was hitting Melvant and washes across the Flan Road leading towards Black Horse, we find our heroes gathered around a hole. It's been recently excavated. Looks like it had been sealed up a while back, but between the odd combination of goblin tools, or what passes for goblin tools, and human tools and tracks, it's been opened and gives way to a staircase, a very rickety staircase that leads to a short 5-foot path that opens out onto this pit here. And that's where we find our 3 heroes. We have Kindrik Spanner, Dwarven Rogue, and Thief Extraordinaire. We have Silas Sylvansmith, Halfling Wizard, fascinated with fire, but also in the grips in the grips of defense of the natural realm that's around him.
Makes it sound like that's a character trait. Fascinated by fire.
But it's that very fire that's inside him that's spurring him onward to do this deed. And then last amongst our heroes, definitely not least, is Baerd Ironborn, our dwarven cleric, who has been in the business of trying to keep Kindrik on the straight and narrow, but also bonding with these two people, with Silas and with Kindrik, as they've embarked on a few missions in the past. This particular mission seems to have drawn more of an importance than others, and as they look down at this hole that just seems to just fall away before them, it kind of seems like, yeah, this is a bit more important than other times. So right now, that's where you guys are at. You are probably looking at it being around 8 a.m. in the morning. You had some time to rest over the evening. You guys took separate watches. You've made an agreement with Stiv, Gentry, and Harlan, who are escorting a half-elf named Undil, to watch over the cart and 2 mules that were in your charge just prior to this. They're going to look after them for the next 2 days. They're giving you 2 days to explore this this underground area to see what's down there, and after that 2 days, they're going to press on to Black Horse to deliver these goods, make good on the reward that's available, and then complete the mission that was given to you, because they're heading there anyway, and they're going to be going back to Melvon later on. So that is where we're at. So let's do this, guys. Let's make sure that we have a good idea of what you have on your persons, just to make sure that you're aware of, supplies, gear, that sort of thing. We did have a chance to chat right before the end of last session to kind of go over Cure Light Wound potions and other things. And I think we came to the point where you have a grand total of 10, I believe, amongst you. 10 Cure Light Wound potions.
I took 2 of them.
So you have 2, I think, spreading them out.
4.
So you got 4, and then Kindrik, you'll have 2 as well.
That's bad math.
It's terrible math. And then Kindrik, you also have that vial of unknown poisonous liquid that, remember, it made your fingers a little bit numb.
Right.
So just make sure you remember you have that. But as far as other gear, dwarves, they can see in the dark. They have dark vision. Halflings, what are we looking at for those guys? Did we agree that they had half?
Let's see.
I'll check
that's
that out
got to
real
be
quick.
somewhere, right?
Well, that and the other thing is, just wanted to see if you guys have torches in your gear, that sort of thing, just in case.
So, how many potions of healing do I have?
You have 2.
Oh, that's okay. 2. We also found 2 short swords.
And those
on the goblin side.
Those are in your possession.
Yep. I've got 50 feet of rope in case you guys need some rope.
Nice.
I got a crowbar. Let's see here. I'm looking for a place to use my bag of 1,000 ball bearings. and my pair of pliers. I am ready.
Very good. How about rations? I think you guys had enough rations for 5 days.
Yeah, I have 5 days rations.
Okay, good. Actually, mark off a day for those, so you're down to 4 because you did have to stay the night. Baerd, how are you feeling on supplies? You got what you need?
I'm perfectly fine. I have the essentials.
All right. So anything else you guys want to do? Again, it's about 8 a.m., 8:30, something like that. You guys are standing here at the precipice looking down.
Baird's leery about going into the hole, but if the other 2 go down, he's not going to stand up at the top and wait for them.
Now, I just had a thought here. We don't want anything coming in after us, right? So, I was thinking, I have 10 feet of string and a bell. I was thinking we'd wire up the door so if anything came in, we'd hear it. Although I'm not sure that's a good idea now that I think about it out loud.
All right.
We're gonna be a mile down this tunnel, and all
But
this.
we'll hear the bell. We'll hear the
Down
bell.
here?
We'll hear it.
I think so, but because it'll echo. But then we'll also give away our presence to something else too, probably. So
Yeah, I
I'm
think that
gonna.
if there's anything following us down the hole, you know what? It can't possibly be more dangerous than what's in the hole.
Yeah.
Good point.
Well, I say if we're going with this, we best just go.
Let's go
All right.
down the
Okay.
hole.
All right then. So you guys make your way down these stairs. What I'll have you do is go ahead and open up your character sheets. And what you see here, aside from the visual representations of people that I wasn't able to edit out there. So there's one here and one there. So just pretend they do not exist because they indeed do not. It is not a GM trap. You guys are deciding to move on down. What you see again with this regards to the condition of the stairs, that sort of thing, as you guys descend, it's what you see is what you get. So what kind of precautions do you guys want to take making your way down there?
So there is a light in the center.
There is. So
Is
as
it
you
on?
it is actually.
Okay.
So as you guys come down the you guys get to that hole that's in the goblin encampment, right? And I'll add some ambiance here so that you guys have that going on. As you guys get to the hole here in the encampment, you guys descend a small little stone staircase, and then it leads to a 5-foot walkway, or maybe 10 feet, and single file only. But you emerge out here, actually, where Silas's character is kind of posted up. So, as you guys come out here, that's what you see. There is some illumination coming from this little lantern that's hanging by a chain. The chain looks like it's covered in, and it's not really well represented here, but it's covered in a moss, and it looks like it's been oiled up, that sort of thing, to try and prevent rust. But the light down there, actually, if I can get I'll go ahead and get a knowledge arcana from Silas if you have that available.
Let me find it on the thing and go.
The thing, get your character sheet.
Are we gonna be singing this whole time?
Singing as we go down the pit.
18.
Oh, that'll do her.
18.
That'll do her. It looks like this is some form of a light spell. Maybe it might be dancing lights. You're not quite sure, but it's been given permanence.
Okay.
So yeah, somebody of some kind of magic ability has done that. Okay, so as you guys are standing here, there is some illumination, as I said. Silas, you're kind of given like a dim view of the area, but you guys can still see around. Over here is an alcove, and it looks like there's a few crates that are in there. They've been broken open, either with crowbars or with makeshift tools, probably goblin work. And then over here looks like there's another tunnel that leads away, but there is a steel grating that's over it that has a couple of locks that have been posted. If anybody wants to go and take a look at them, I can give you some more information if you want.
Just to be clear here,
Mhm.
the image that we are looking at does not look like there is a path down.
Actually, if you go over in this direction here, it kind of goes under some
I see it.
rocks,
Okay.
and it kind of winds
It
its
is.
way. It winds its way.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of the direction you'll be heading in.
Let's go look at that iron grate real quick.
All right. Okay. As you guys start making your way over, once again, I'll just kind of put out there, how are you guys proceeding? What kind of precautions are you going to take as this place is somewhat unstable?
Yeah, send the thief first.
Yes, I'm gonna go first. 'Cause
Okay.
I'm
All
And then the
right.
halfling, and keep the big dwarf with lots of clothes on the back.
I feel like I feel like Baerd would want to like tie a rope, one end of it tied to him, and the other half to Kindrik.
Why would I want to fall down if you trip?
That's why it's not gonna happen, because he probably wouldn't do it if you didn't want to. But I just want you to have that image of Baerd in his full armor with a rope around his chest, and just holding the other rope out, going, huh?
What? Is this what you want, laddie?
I'm not going to be tying myself to that anchor.
For safety.
Well, Baerd, I like where your head's at. So if that's something that you want to work out with Silas, then by all means do so.
I have 10 feet of string. Here you go.
I want you to enjoy that string. Okay, so everybody should have control of their respective characters, and they have nice little icon names on there, so you know who you are. So if you are going to go ahead and start making that move, my friend, I'm going to ask you for a check.
A check?
Yeah.
An initiative check?
No initiative checks just yet. I wouldn't want to scare you off that quickly. But let's see here.
Religion check?
No, not necessarily. Go ahead and give me a dex check. How about that? Why don't you
Dex.
roll your dex? Go to your core stats.
Core stat.
Alright.
Yeah. And then just roll the...
Oh, that's a saving roll. Sorry. Oh, wait.
No, that'll work. That'll work. So
Any
remember
D20 works.
Yeah, the D20 worked. That's fine. And it added up the number I wanted anyway. So, okay.
Oh,
you get your 16. And why is Baerd all the way over there? Baerd, get back up on the top of that ledge. Don't think you're sneaking past me.
He told me to move me.
I totally got it. I just check. So, okay. So Kindrik, you can go ahead and make it all the way to the grating. As you're making steps here. As you're making steps. As you're making your steps, you are noticing that there is a distinctive, sad quality to the wood here. There's a lot of creaking. There's one time as you're heading up that staircase that it actually splinters and you have to pull your foot back just in time.
I'm gonna tumble down this hole.
But you're doing pretty well so far.
This is why I went first.
Baerd, do you have any dungeoneering skill? Something to that effect?
Fun.
Does anybody have that? I don't know if they have that skill anymore, do they? I don't see it on your character sheet.
Engineering isn't a thing anymore.
Give me an insight check, Baerd.
Insight?
Insight. You are proficient in it. You're proficient in it, son.
Oh, one of those is good. One of them's not.
The first one.
Oh, it's not.
If you want to aid him, Silas, if you're kind of watching Kindrik do his thing, you can go ahead and...
Hint, if you want to aid him.
If you want to aid him, you can totally do that.
Hey, you guys can tie each other together with my rope if you want.
I don't really aid him much. Kind of be like, yo. Oh, yeah, sorry, I was going to say it, but I was busy.
Sorry, it's just not working out.
I was surfing the web and kind of got a little distracted.
You're back. You just got punched twice.
Goodness gracious. It's good to be back with you guys. Loving it. All right.
What horrible thing befalls me?
Oh, nothing. You're kind of eyeballing him as he's doing his trek up there. Let's see here.
He's jumping on the stairs. This one's good.
That's what you see, yeah. You're watching him go up those stairs and you're thinking, man, he's really good at anticipating where those bad stairs are. We totally got to make him go first. So yeah, you do that. Okay, Kindrik, you are over at the grating. It's heavy wrought iron. You kind of put your hand on it just briefly, just kind of feel, and it's really super dense. There is a main lock to this, but there's also a heavy gauge padlock that's down at the bottom to kind of just add additional security to this thing. Couple options here if you wanted to, explore the possibility of I mean, you could if you wanted to try and go in that direction.
I don't know if I can't. Can I see anything past?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. There. Welcome to the Owl Bear. Go ahead and roll a perception check, my friend.
Perception check. Let's see. Skills. Deception. No. Perception. Here we go. Yes.
Okay. So what you are seeing here is it looks like the beginnings of a tunnel. With your dwarven sight, you're able to see. I don't want to say. You'll see 60 feet down, and you're looking, and it looks like there's a few pails, like wooden pails of dirt that have been kind of left there. A couple have been tipped over. There's shovels. There's picks. There's a rubble pile a little further down the tunnel on the left-hand side, and it looks like that's where. I mean, it looks like somebody is digging a tunnel here. That's what it looks like.
Maybe it's the elevator.
Maybe, I don't know. But you do recall that back in the encampment, about 2 months ago when you guys first got into the encampment, on the left-hand side of the perimeter, there was like a huge like mounds of dirt that was there. Dirt and rubble, that sort of thing. It looked like it could have been from a cliff kind of coming down, but it's a good possibility that's where this is from.
Somebody dug this hole recently?
Well, that tunnel.
That tunnel.
Yeah.
Well, if it's a new tunnel, that means new treasure. What do you think, guys?
Well, that's
Who
the
wants
thing,
new
though.
treasure
With
when
your
you can
perception,
find old treasure.
with your perception, though, Kindrik, you're seeing that tunnel ends.
Oh. Yeah. All right, dead end. Turn around.
So, all right. And because you navigated across these stairs, you kind of retrace your steps because you're cool like that. And as you get down over in the direction of, go over to my screen here. When you get back down to this area here, you do see that there are some crates there. So if you wanted to roll an investigation check, you can do like a quick catalog of what's there.
Right. More rolls equals good rolls. Let's see.
That's what we're hoping.
Investigation.
Investigation, baby. All right. You actually stumble across a what looks like. Okay, I'll just kind of describe it flat out here. There's 4 crates that are here. All 4 of them busted open. One of them looks like it was actually kind of pulled apart to where it's kind of splintered out, and all the little planks that make up the crate have been kind of flanged outward. One of them looks like it had probably tools in there. There's like little temporary wooden slats that are in there to kind of hold up a set of tools, maybe pickaxes, that sort of thing. And in fact, there's a pickaxe right behind that particular crate. That's one crate, probably tools. The other 2 crates that are there, now they actually have, it's a combination of ores, like iron ore. There's a couple of steel mounds of steel ore, or not steel, iron ore and copper that's in there. And then the 4th crate. This one here actually has kind of an interesting hodgepodge of rotten food.
Ew.
All right.
Yeah, and the odd thing is that the food, while it is ripe. As you get close, it is pretty ripe. I mean, the mildew and the heavy kind of humidity that's in this area here, along with the chill that's coming from the top, it's kind of blowing that smell away. So you didn't quite get it until you got up close to this crate. But the food in here, it's kind of strange. Like it may not have rotted here. It looks like it was actually put into this crate rotten. So there you go.
All right.
There must be.
It must be pigs.
Well, I think we need to taste it then. Baerd? Silas?
All right.
Okay, so moving on.
Hole number 1, not so interesting. Shall we continue to hole number 2?
Yes, let's.
What?
There was some. That's it. 4 crates, and we dig through some copper and all that stuff.
I mean, it's not really something you can haul around. I mean, as far as like the iron ore and the copper
does it
ore.
kind of look like they've got some sort of slave creature here doing some mining? It's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
It's possible. I mean, it's possible. I mean, it looks like these crates may have actually been, I don't know, just used to kind of gather whatever they got as they were digging the tunnel. I mean, I don't know. You guys, Baerd and Silas, you could both do insight checks just to kind of get a gauge on a couple things here.
Why not? We're here.
Give her a go.
Oh yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Silas, you are consumed by memories of the snow owl that visited you last night.
I'm still just surfing the internet.
All right, Baerd saves the day. All right. It looks like this is kind of like a collection of happenstance. Like they may have been digging that tunnel and probably started finding a couple veins of ore and are like, oh, well, we can just grab that and put it in here. Because if I don't know, Baerd, if you wanted to take a peek at the crates as well, you're noticing that beyond the ore and stuff that's in there, it looks like there's kind of these weird smearings of probably what looks like rotten food. Because when you look at the crate that was there that had rotten like vegetables and meat and stuff in there, this other crate has similar markings on the interior. So it may just be that when they were digging the hole that's over here that Kindrik took a look at, they may have been just stuffing this stuff in there.
So in other words, yeah, they saw something shiny, picked it up, and basically decided not to bother with it anymore from that.
Seems that way. Who knows? Maybe they think they can get something for it. Hard to say. Hard to say at this point.
I think we just need to keep
Next
moving.
hole.
Taking out the next hole, please.
Next room.
All right. Okay. All right. So
It's
if
time
you
to
guys are
kick
going
down
to go,
some doors. Come on, let's go.
let's do it. So if you guys are going to go ahead and start descending these stairs, I'll have each of you guys do either Dex, Athletics, whatever you guys have that you think might be appropriate.
Athletics for me.
Okay. And then how close together are you guys? And are you guys not tying each other together?
Yes.
Whoa, Baerd. Whoa!
Yeah.
What?
I'm just tiptoeing down, doing a little dance.
I am super athletic. I actually carry Kindrik down.
I might recommend it just in case. But... All right, Kindrik, make your roll too.
Let's see, aerobatics.
Athletics, acrobatics.
Aerobatics would involve a plane.
A plane.
Not be appropriate here. Okay, Kindrik.
Wait. So, should I have bonuses on these? I'm proficient.
Shouldn't I?
I have.
I
Yeah,
have a total of 4 in there.
So this could very well be a case of
you rolled a
update my
5,
character sheet.
and you got +4, so you got a 9. So you just suck.
Oh,
Yeah, you did
I
roll
rolled a
a
5.
Yeah,
Where's
you
that?
did.
Oh, I
You got
see.
too confident, kid.
Dang it.
All right. Let me have you roll a reflex save,
Oh,
and I am gonna roll something
Reflex.
at the open here real quick. So.
Yeah, where's my save? Reflex.
Okay, so Baerd, have you roll a reflex save as well,
How
Where's
am I
the-
rolling a reflex save?
because you're hopefully
Catch him.
going to save Kindrik in case he misses his.
So my save
Oh.
is to catch him.
Correct,
so
sir.
where's the reflex save?
I hate to tell
It's a
you,
dex
we're
save.
Deck save. Okay, deck save.
my save's not that great. Reflex
alright.
is not my thing.
I rolled a 10.
All
Oh,
right,
yeah, you
Be
guys are good.
thankful I rolled
Okay.
well.
you guys are
14,
both really good. So like you're Kindrik, you're kind of leading the way, I would assume, just because you're the quietest. But you get your boot caught on one of the wood slats, and it looks, you can almost hear it in slow motion. The wood just starting to, and just at the point it's about to snap, you reach out, and your hand simultaneously grasps onto Baerd, who's reaching out to grab you, because he saw the same thing, and saves you from going over. So yeah, good to go there.
What did I have
so
to roll in order to beat? In order to
I'm just. I'm not going to tell you until you get to the bottom.
Oh, jeez.
In other words, we might have to do this little song and dance again.
All
Twice
right.
more. So let's go with the next set of rules here.
Another set. To move?
We'll do a second set.
Another
Yes. So
another acrobatics. Let's see what else.
correct.
Dex, stealth. Nope, that's not helpful. All right.
That's not helpful. No.
I'd rolled athletics, but like in real life.
All right. Between Silas and Baerd, you guys kind of have a little bit of a shimmy here, but you reset yourself, get your feet positioned a little bit closer to the wood braces beneath and the wall behind you, and you continue on. So you guys all three make it this time, so let's have one more.
Yes!
Nice.
Come on, dice.
Come on, dice.
There we go.
Nice, nice. All right. So you guys are solid. Kindrik, you doing Mary Jig all the way down?
He skipped down the path.
You skip down the path. All right. Let's see here. I'm just loading up one screen. Here's what we'll do. You guys can see just about to the end of the little area there, and there's a set of open gates that are there at this point. And in this area here, you see a kind of a dull light, as though coming from a low set of braziers. Probably not open flame, maybe just kind of glowing coals because they're really hot. So, how do you wish to proceed?
Let's walk silently as possible.
All right. How's that marching order gonna go?
Just like that.
All right. So Kindrik, if you are going to lead off, well, let me know what kind of lead time you're going to give Kindrik, or if any.
Well, I figure I'll walk until I stop moving, and then, well, let's see if there's anything fishy about this floor. If not, we'll just start walking. I'll lead up a couple blocks behind. We'll let the next guy, and a couple blocks let the next guy.
Each block there kind of stand. Kindrik or Basha, you might not know this. I'll just call you by your characters' names. Kindrik, you might not know this just from D&D. Each block is 5 feet. So
That's right.
Just to kind of give you a perspective of how far things are here. So you guys can fit side by side if need be, but it is kind of cramped. So if you guys want to take a look around, what would you like to do?
Well, we probably need some kind of perception, but I figure we'd walk up to those coals and see what's going up there, and then move on from there, right?
Is there no like dungeoneering, or I guess is it a stealth check to look for kind of moving forward while looking for traps?
But that would be more for investigation. So you're kind of looking at stuff, trying to analyze what's happening here.
Well, let's look at the room. We just got around this corner. This is a new thing. Let's look at this room and see. Other than the light, we don't know anything about this room.
Pretty much. So why don't you give me an investigation check? In fact, all of you can do that.
Yes.
Nice.
Do I have?
Kindrik, man, doubles. You rolled the same number twice. That's crazy. 17s. Nice. Silas is looking good.
Silly investigation. Let's see what I can do. The dice have been with me so far.
Doing pretty well.
19.
All right.
Suffice to say, if there's something here, we know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
There's
Perfect.
nothing
That's
here.
gonna benefit you. Yeah, that benefits you guys quite well. So, all right. So for this first block that you guys are looking at, as you're looking at the stones, that kind of thing, you're not seeing Yes, Kendrick, you particularly, you're not seeing any signs of traps on the ground. But between the three of you, you do see this, like there's dust and dirt that's along these stones, which is ironic enough anyway, because as you guys came down these steps, I mean, it's dug out rock. It's basically just almost like a gigantic well that's been dug downwards. But as you guys get down to the bottom floor, that kind of strange glow from that permanent spell that's above you, the light spell that's above you, kind of shining down on you. There's flagstone that's down here. It looks like it's been set up, and what you're seeing here in that tunnel is kind of the level of quality. There's dirt, there's some moss here and there. It's obviously hasn't seen a whole bunch of use, but at the same time, there's enough coverage here to realize, or enough uncovered here to realize that this has been fashioned. It's been here for a while.
Has it? Can we tell whether it's been recently disrupted?
Yes, with those rolls, you definitely can. You can see tracks of goblins, but you can also see the type of tracks, human size, actually. That's down here as well.
Humans, I hate humans. No, not really.
Just to be sure, and shape.
What do you mean, like boots? You mean that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're seeing some boots here and there. Let's see. There's a couple. I mean, let's see here. Silas, you got a 17, 20. That's enough. You guys do see a couple of barefoot prints as well, but for the most part, it's just shoes. It's a lot of it's goblins. That's the most recent right now, is goblins. So yeah, even along the walls, actually, Kendrick, as you're kind of moving up a little bit further, there are these little alcoves that are on either side here that you see. And it looks like there used to be probably braziers there, but they've long since crumbled. And it might be just because they're this close to the bottom floor of the well. Maybe it's just over time, they've just kind of demolished or whatever. But more important to you, what you see is, for lack of a better term, graffiti on the walls. In your dwarvish dark vision, you're seeing it's just like disgusting little drawings, and they're all like about shoulder, maybe hip height to you. That's where all the drawings are. I mean, it's got, weird, like, large-headed stick figures that are running after dogs, and you've got, large-headed stick figures that are standing on each other's shoulders and attacking a larger stick figure, that kind of thing. Even a pair of, like, stick figures with those large heads. I mean, it's pretty obvious that these are, like, goblin depictions. I mean, I don't know. I think we've talked this before, but I don't think anybody here speaks goblin, right?
Excuse me.
Oh,
excuse me, stewardess. I speak everything. I speak pretty much all languages.
Good. All right. You are seeing on here. Goblins don't really have a very well-written language. They know a few curse words that they probably learned from humans, and they misspell them horribly. But they do speak in pictograms, or they do draw and write in pictograms. So when you're looking at this, it looks like almost instructions, like how to fight. Like, stand on each other's shoulders, get a higher look so you can maybe poke them in the eye. Or, hey, you've got archers, don't put them in the front. Wait until they have to go to the front. It's just weird little instructions here and there. And then, of course, there's the wide-ranging lexicon of obscenities and stuff, little goblin middle fingers.
Like they do.
Of course. So yeah. So that's what you're seeing. It's this flagstone that's been built out. It's definitely dirty and overrun with dust and moss and everything. It's pretty humid. It's pretty cold as well, so it's a good thing you guys have your cold weather gear. But yeah. And then up ahead of you, Kendrick, you do see those braziers, or what looks like the corner parts of braziers on the edge of your vision, and there's that glow like you'd see in like coals burning. So,
Well, I mean, I
what do
think
you
we. I basically relay that to the other guys and said, "Oh, it's fantastic! It looks like we're about ready to run right into a goblin training ground."
Hope they turn good.
The halfling just kind of cracks his knuckles.
At that point, Baerd just shrugs his shoulders and goes, it's just another day."
It's just another day. That's all it is. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna test something out. Bear with me here, real quick.
One of these days, Luke, you're gonna say something snarky like that,
I'm gonna get burned. Yeah.
and I'm gonna bust out that little can with the dead fairy in it. You did this. You did this.
All right, I'm
grabs
practicing ninja noting. So, somebody say, "I got it" when you get this.
I got something.
All right, good.
In the chat, you mean?
Yeah. So, here's we're gonna test out. We're just gonna start using this stuff here
Cool.
on occasion. But, it's our Roll20 has those ninja notes. It's called Whispers. You probably see them in the instructions there. But if you do in the chat box in the bottom right, do /W space, and then you can type in DM, and it should pop up something down there that says, DM Jeff, and then you can proceed to type. So yeah, there you go.